When you walk into your favorite coffee shop, a sense of home comes with your daily brew of choice.
When I started this, I was a freshman in college. I always wanted a coffee shop. Yeah, me and my mom. And she has a hair salon. So she was kind of looking to venture out to like another business.
For Hewan Casa and her family-owned business, Endless Grind Coffee, home is at the very core of what happens behind the counter. Using her family's Ethiopian cultural knowledge to roast and to serve coffee to her neighbors.
First, it was like survival mode of how do we even run this place? But the passion was there. We all wanted to do it. And so fast forward 5 years, we actually know what we're doing.
5 years is an astounding accomplishment for any business, especially when you factor in the pandemic, when Hewan says there were only $25 a day coming in for months. That is until a community push to support Black businesses turned the tides on what could have been the final blow to her family's dream.
Literally everything turned around for us, like in that moment.
Investment for the Casa family made all the difference, and data shows that's been the case across the country. In 2020, research from the University of California, Santa Cruz reported that 41% of Black businesses closed during the pandemic, compared to 17% of white businesses. However, after pandemic stimulus checks went out, a review of census data from University of California, Santa Cruz professor Robert Fairley reveals that the amount of Black business owners was 28% more in Q3 of 2021 than it was before the pandemic, the highest of any racial demographic.
96% of Black-owned businesses are single-member LLCs and sole proprietorships. That makes them weak. They're still undercapitalized, and they're still in low barrier to entry opportunities.
Jice Johnson is the founder of the Black Business Initiative in Colorado.
The Black Business Initiative is an economic development organization that works with Black-owned businesses to help close the wealth equity gap.
While the post-pandemic numbers are promising, she says a lot of the problems Black businesses faced well before the pandemic are still present, like a lack of employees and a lack of collateral.
So I'll take one of them as an example, which is collateral. So understanding that before I lend you money, I want to know that you own something that I can collect against. Sounds reasonable, like okay, except for the Black community doesn't own homes. Why don't the people in the Black community own a home? Well, now you would get down to all the way back to systemic redlining.
Jice says what we saw accomplished with stimulus money proves what kind of a difference investment into people who have been historically underinvested in can make.
I think it needs to be a two-pronged approach. I absolutely think there needs to be government investment, but I also think that there needs to be private investment. We often look at investment from a charitable perspective, which is wildly frustrating. And while there's a case to be made for charitable investment, there's also the case to be made for procurement. If companies want to move away from virtue signaling, they can really be intentional to work with organizations like myself and others that are intentional about how to create policies that can help bridge those gaps.
That is exactly what the Casa family hopes the next step is for Endless Grind Coffee, to become a supplier for offices or other businesses. But it takes those businesses to believe in their product.
Yeah, I guess that's what investment would look like for us, is just, and word of mouth, you know what I mean? Is spread the word, tell people about us. I feel like when people come in here, they love us. So the hardest thing for us and the biggest hurdle that we always have to jump is just trying to get people in here and getting our name out there.
Business is hard for everyone. But these experts and business owners say the right investment coming from the right place can be the make or break opportunity that can keep American dreams alive. Vanessa Mashanya, Scripps News, Aurora, Colorado.